Howdy folks, let's play Pokemon. This is Pokemon Emerald for the Game Boy Advance, but there is a small twist here. Small twist that's probably been given away by the title of the video. Oh, what my goodness, what is a Pineco doing there? That's not what usually comes out. That's silly. What has happened? Oh my goodness. Well, I am feeling secure in my masculinity today. And my name, of course, is the one and only. Not really ever imitated, and certainly not duplicated, Tombolo. It sure is. It sure is Tombolo. We're moving to the town of Little Root. We're also moving the cursor off the screen. Taking courage, leaping into the world of Pokemon. Oh my goodness, what exciting adventures await. This is a randomized LP. I found a nifty little randomization tool off the internet. It's called the Universal Pokemon Randomizer. I'll put a link in the description. It allows you to randomize, customize a whole bunch of different things on any Pokemon ROM, which is pretty handy. Set the clock here. It's good times though. You can customize. There are a bunch of different settings. I'll be talking about as we go forward about which ones I utilized. But the big news is all the Pokemon that we're going to run into are randomized. There are some certain rules that we've applied, but the Pokemon that we find in the wild, the Pokemon that we run into when we fight trainers, all of that is going to have randomization applied, as well as the movesets of each species of Pokemon. So there's no telling what exactly we're going to get, but it should be fun times. I'm not going to spend a whole heck of a lot of time on... Oh my goodness. I'm not going to spend a whole heck of a lot of time on cutscenes, dialogues, all that nonsense. I'm assuming that you're already fairly decently familiar with Pokemon, and perhaps Emerald in particular. If you're not, you might want to go check out an LP of the original game. As for me, I'm moderately familiar with Emerald. Each generation of Pokemon I played just a bit less than the one before it. So I don't think I ever wound up beating Emerald, but I played a good bit. I think I gave up somewhere around the 7th badge or something like that. That was just a bit too much water for me. Alright, been chased by a Zigzagoon. Now let's see what we have for our starter options. I've randomized it so that we have, it will generate 3 different Pokemon that have 2 further evolutions. So it'll be something like the starters where you had Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, or Torchic, Combusken, Blaziken, that kind of a thing. But hopefully we get some unique choices. We've got Lotad, which is always fun. We've got Chikorita, and we have Beldum. Ooh. Well, Chikorita's boring, because Chikorita's already been a starter. Beldum, though, is kind of interesting. We'll go with that. Has Frenzy Plant. Here you see the moveset randomization system, and you can already see an issue that we have. It's guaranteed that each Pokemon is randomized with at least 1 damaging, decently accurate move. So you don't get something that only knows Splash or something dumb like that. The thing is, it's also weighted towards the appropriate types. So grass types will learn more grass moves than anything, and whatnot. I've been reading a lot of Danganronpa. So the first of several weeaboo names you're going to see here is Sakura, because it's weights and she lifts weights, and I don't know. I just want to name something Sakura. I think it would be a fantastic idea to go see May. So anyway, you get all sorts of silly stuff, but that's not always the best of things. We know Frenzy Plant, which is a nice little move, but it only has 5 PP, so we're not going to be really cut out for long adventuring campaigns until we either get another Pokemon or learn another move. Let's see what we got here. He's a Steel Psychic type, and the other thing is you have randomized abilities. So each species of Pokemon has 1 or maybe 2 different abilities it can learn. They're just different ones than in the main game, probably. So we've got Battle Armor. It's carrying an elixir. That is yet another thing I've randomized. Pokemon have different held items. You can randomize what's available to them. It's a fantastic move, has 5 PP, and it needs recharging. We are going to want to get him a new move, or at least a new buddy, ASAP. Alright, on to Route 101. Let's see what we have available. We can't catch anything yet, but we'll see what we have available, and it's grass types. Well, this could be a very short run. Luckily, I'm not going for a Nuzlocke or anything like that, but if I don't catch something pretty quickly, this is going to not be cool. Yeah. Another randomization setting I set was that areas would be type themed. So in any given area, it'll pick out a type and use mostly Pokemon of that type to fill it out. So since we saw Hoot Hoot is what, normal flying? So that means we're either going to find pretty much all normal types or all flying types on that route. And that could be anything. That could be anything from a Pidgey to a Lugia. I'm hoping, though, it's a normal type. This should confirm it. It is normal type. Okay, that's much better. If we were going to have a plant move with 5 PP, Frenzy Plant was going to be our only attacking move against a route full of flying Pokemon. I was going to start over, because that's just not going to be fun to watch, because I'm going to have to grind forever. I still might have to grind forever, but I might have to grind less, and it will be less painful, and I'm going to do it off screen anyway if I have to. Anyway, let's try to get through here. Okay, good. And it's the Pokemon Center. How happy. If we're lucky, we're going to find something like water or grass on the next route. Also, I think Chikorita was in the proper slot, so I think that's what we're going to be up against all throughout the game. That's yet another setting I can set, is that your rival will keep the same consistent Pokemon. Alright, looks like more normal types. That's better than something that's resistant, but not as good as something that's weak, shockingly enough. But hopefully we can get Sakura some moves here pretty quickly. And failing that, we have a few decent options for wild Pokemon I can catch. Luckily, we're strong enough that Frenzy Plant is able to one-shot things if it can hit. What else we got around here? A bunch of A-bombs, it looks like. That's probably what I'm going to go for as my first capture. It's one of the things I've learned about playing a randomized game like this. It's very... Ooh, a Zigzagoon. It's very difficult... Oh, jeez. Hyper Beams. Hyper Beams on low-level Pokemon are always fun. Alright, it's difficult to catch rare Pokemon, because, you know, when you go through the main game, you don't really think about it, because it's, you know, balanced for what kind of Pokeballs you have access to at the time. This, obviously, is not going to have any such constraints, so you might be stuck trying to catch Mewtwo's and whatnot with Pokeballs. There's a setting that raises the minimum catch rate, so you have a bit more of a fighting chance, but in the very early parts of the game, if you're trying to catch something particularly obnoxious, it's still not going to work out very well if you only have, like, Pokeballs and Great Balls and whatnot. Alright, May. What you got for me? He sure did. He sure did give me a Pokemon. Okay, why don't you give me a taste? Author Rachel. That's another thing? Oh, it's Lotad. Don't listen to me, I don't know what I'm talking about. It also randomizes the trainer class and trainer name. Why am I messing with that so much? It's 90% accuracy. It's making me sad. Oh, I can't one-hit him either. That's also making me sad. Shouldn't be a problem unless I whiff that. Okay, good. A close fight against a fierce rival. This round goes to the Tombolo. Take that, author Rachel. I am pretty good. I am just the goodest. The goodestest. The betterest. Okay. Well, with that wonderful victory still echoing in our hearts, I think I will bid you farewell this time. Thank you for watching. See you next time. As soon as I figure out how to stop the recording.